Hello there. This is the Shawn1113 podcast show. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast recorded on December 16th, 2025. Thank you. Again, thank you. Anywhere and everywhere in the world, wherever you may be, whatever platform are you listening to when it's available. With that, thank you. And everything will be listed below. If you love this commentary, rate a 5 star. Please consider rating 5 stars and sharing this video as well. Sharing this podcast. Ah! Anyway, off to a rousing start in this podcast. Now, shall we converse? With that, let's start with the NFL. Let's get two things straight. Um, in my opinion, Josh Allen. Why'd you just give Josh Allen the MVP award in the National Football League? Just give him the MVP. I don't think there should be any controversy this year. Any manufactured shirt controversy this year. The way Josh Allen has played, he will be the MVP of the league. I for the second year in a row. Can you find somebody else? Maybe Jonathan Taylor earlier, but or Baker Mayfield earlier, but that has faded away quite a bit. But Josh Allen is definitely. Can we also call it the Patrick Mahomes Josh Allen era? Because I think that's where we're at right now. Mainly the Patrick Mahomes era, but in the current NFL modern football scene. But I think Josh Allen is quite close to that, to be honest with you. So that's my opinion about that. Also, let me give you my opinion about the NFL postseason, incoming NFL postseason 2026. It's very well, with Kansas City especially out of the picture. To me, and best of luck to Patrick Mahomes and Micah Parsons with the ACL injuries. Hopefully, they'll come back stronger than ever when they do come back in 2026, maybe 2027. Who knows? With an ACL injury. Um, this postseason, in my opinion, though, coming up, might very well be the most unpredictable postseason we have seen in quite some time. I'm serious. There is no clear cut favorite in any conference, the AFC or the NFC, in my opinion. Some might say now Denver in the AFC. I'm not so sure about that. Some might say a very amount of teams in the NFC, but this is the most unpredictable. This, in my opinion, will be the most unpredictable postseason coming up in 2026. I'm saying it right now, folks. I'm saying it right now. It's going to be unpredictable, and I'm looking forward to the NFL postseason when it happens. So, with that, let's go first to the World Football Premier League. Let's start with that. Right now, Arsenal is still leading by 2 points over Man City. Aston Villa is not that far behind by three, and many other teams. I mean, Man United is 6. You're a Man United fan. The question is going to be toward the end of the season for Arsenal. Can they maintain that lead? Because every time they have, they go on this slide and eventually lose. I mean, are not quite the same. Can Arsenal maintain it? That's the question. That's the question when we get to May in 2026, in my opinion. So with that, that is soccer to us, but world football to the rest of us. And yes, I'm gonna reiterate again with the FIFA World Cup 2026 coming to North America. I think France is still the favorite to win the cup. Like I said, of course, also the winner of lineup as well. I did forgot about that. Um, it'll be worth the hockey's worth it. Again, I can't wait for the hockey Olympics. It'll be so worth it, given that the Four Nations Cup was absolutely incredible. Watch this earlier this year, so I'm looking forward to. Might be the only reason I'm watching one of these hockey. Well, maybe skiing. Yeah, I could, and bobsledding and luge and all that stuff. Other one of the stuff. So we'll see what happens there. But let's go to the NBA standings for NBA fans out there. Out there, what's up? Eastern Conference Pistons and Knicks playing the best basketball in the East. Raptors are very surprised me as well. Well, oh come on, man, come on, come on. Are you kidding again? Let can we honestly? Really, my apologies, folks. I for whatever reason it freezes itself. There it is. There it is. Finally, finally we get something out there. My apologies, folks. Eastern Conference Pistons and the Knicks and Raptors, Celtics, Magic, 76ers, Cavaliers, and Hawks. And the Heat a little bit with their last five, but they're playing some better than I thought. Than a lot of people think. There's a long way to go early in the season before the All Star break. Western Conference Thunder, they never lose. The Nuggets, again, Jokic. Why don't you just give him the MVP award now? Just give him Jokic the MVP award. He's had doubles all over the place. Or SGA. Lakers doing much better. Spurs, Rockets, little bit. Timberwolves, Suns, and Warriors and Grizzlies. It's just now the end of the Warriors dynasty. The real end of the Warriors dynasty. I don't know because they can't win on the road. Grizzlies, surprisingly, I mean, it's a very wide open in the NBA. So NBA fans, that's your NBA standings at the moment. And my little bit of analysis. Now I go to the NHL for NHL fans out there. In the East, Carolina still leads. The Islanders, Washington, Tampa Bay, Detroit, Philadelphia. I'm waiting for Detroit to make the playoffs. Hopefully Philadelphia makes it too in Montreal. But it's wide open there. It's a lot more wide open than the NHL East, Eastern Conference. Colorado and Dallas least the way. Minnesota, Vegas, Anaheim. Nice little surprise there. Here comes Edmonton, Los Angeles, and San Jose, and Utah. Wow. Well, I mean, again, I say it's relatively early in the season, in my opinion, for the NHL. So that's the NHL. On top of that, also the bowl system, the college football bowl system. Here's my opinion about that. Get rid of the bowls. If you don't have Kansas State, and Iowa State, and there are going to be a lot more teams that may just say withdraw for bowls. If you insist, and this is freezing up again, jeez. If you insist on getting getting the bowl season, can you at least be a winning team worth 500? If you insist, otherwise, get rid of all these bowls. Hardly anybody goes there, and hardly anybody watches those bowls. And it may be more money for the college teams, but in this NIL era, since we are in the semi-professional football system, I mean, let's face it, that too. But for me, get rid of the bowl system, except the Rose, Cotton, Fiesta, Chick-fil-A Bowl, all the major bowls, or should be the playoffs. Get rid of the conference championships. That's what screws up. That's what screws up. That I mean, that kind of system with the conference championship, that screws up everything. Get rid of the conference championships because that actually screws everything up. I'm not saying what Notre Dame said was right or anything like that, but definitely get rid of the conference championship game. Just have a longer playoff system, 16, 12, whatever, and be done with it. Thank God the LA Bowl is over because I don't give a damn about it. That even exists. It's pretty much a money making. I mean, at the point, college football, like I said before, is a semi professional football system. Really and truly. Now, with that out of the way, speaking of that, I got to tell you about the Jerome Moore thing. And probably a lot of you may agree this or may disagree with this, but given what has happened these days with social media and hypersensitivity and all that other stuff, it shouldn't be a shock anymore that you have this kind of news. There are not too many things that shock you. Well, actually, what happened to Rob Reiner and his wife by their son, that's a shock. And you can't even fathom that because your whole family's destroyed. Jeez. I don't even know what to say about that one. Although I do disagree with Trump on one aspect. Like, why do you, I don't understand. I get that, I get what Trump was trying to say, that every time an opposing president, they celebrate, the other one celebrates it, somebody else's bad choices or bad talk or what they say. I get what he was trying to say. It was just worded wrong. That's my opinion about that. Let's get back to sports, shall we? Um, the Sharon Moore thing. I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, it's all about money, really, to be honest. How in the world do you throw away a family? I will never understand this. You cannot keep it tucked in. That's my innuendo right there. And yet, I'm just trying to. I won't. Probably I will never be able to understand any of this in my head, men and women. To be honest, how you have three kids, you have a family, and you can't grasp the fact that little cheap. Well, I'm not going to say the injury is a cheap throw thing. I'll never be able to generally figure this out. How can somebody just throw it away, $4 to $5 million with a $50 million buyout? And then now the reports are the intern is pregnant with his child, and then overreact like a petulant little child, little teenager, to the point you go to jail. Jeez. I mean, I'm no moral compass, jeez, for instance, but for crying out loud, again, I'm trying to figure out how in the world do you throw away a job, a top 25 job like Michigan, and throw it all away just like that, just like that. And this epitomizes to me, like, ugh, as a black man, it's no more embarrassing than the average black man or black woman or anybody else doing the same thing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, folks. You can disagree as the case may be, but it's embarrassing to think about, to hear about it. It's every day now, so it's no surprises there. That's all I'm saying. But this Jerome Moore thing, what a mess that he created, that he's accountable for, and destroy a family, and this, and maybe an intern. and maybe a university and an intern. And look at the trail destruction. My goodness, it feels like the Rob Reiner thing again, only that it was within somebody else's family in the house of Conan O'Brien, according to reports. All this is alleged, but you know what I'm saying. Boy, the moral compass is so chaotic. Chaotic. That's all I got to say about that. Now, let's get something more pleasant than that. Shawn Steele's NFL and college football picks 2025, 2026. And it will be the thing I'm going to do on this podcast. So with that, if you didn't hear it the first time, I'll read it to you again. The CFP playoffs. Villanova picking Villanova. Montana State and Montana State picking Montana. The Division II championship final. Ferris State at Harding picking Ferris State. NAIA final. Grandview and Keiser, Florida picking Grandview and more. Everything can be listed in the description, by the way, with that. And Division III semifinals, North Central and John Carroll. I'm picking North Central Illinois. University of Wisconsin River Falls versus Johns Hopkins. Better known for their lacrosse than anything else, but I'm picking Johns Hopkins here. That goes to the Division III semifinal against Central Illinois. That's my prediction there. But that's all the college games and the playoffs as well. Now, week 16 is Shawn Steele's NFL picks. Here we go. With actually a really good game, right? I can't wait for this one. LA Rams and Seattle picking the Rams. Philadelphia and Washington picking Philadelphia. Green Bay and Chicago picking the Bears. Tampa Bay and Carolina picking Tampa Bay. Whoever wins will win the NFC South, to be honest. Buffalo and Cleveland picking Buffalo. LA Chargers and Dallas picking the Chargers. Cincinnati and Miami picking Miami. New York Jets and New Orleans in the dog game of the week picking New Orleans. Kansas City and Tennessee picking Tennessee for the upset because Kansas City now has nothing to play for. Atlanta, excuse me. Atlanta and Arizona picking Atlanta. Jacksonville and Denver picking Denver. Pittsburgh and Detroit picking Detroit. Las Vegas and Houston picking Houston. New England and Baltimore. By the way, Las Vegas Raider fans, how many would like to see? I get that team, Las Vegas Raiders. I gotta tell you something before we get to the rest of them. I think UNLV might beat the Las Vegas Raiders. How about that? New England, Baltimore, flex from Sunday night. I'm going to pick Baltimore in that one because New England did blow an opportunity to beat Buffalo. And yeah. I mean, it can go either way, but I'm picking Baltimore. And then Monday night, San Francisco and Indianapolis, I'm going to pick the 49ers. And with that, that is the Shawn1113 podcast show for December 16th, 2025. Thank you so much for listening. Everything will be listed in this below. And consider giving me a 5-star rating. And any comments, go to Shawn47k@gmail.com. Be safe out there. Be warm up out there because a lot of places around the country is around the United States right now is freezing with snow and ice and stuff. So be careful out there. Please stay encouraged no matter what. Live your life as normal as possible in an abnormal world. And we life is an individual story with a beginning and ending guaranteed. With that, thank you for listening to the Shawn1113. Catch y'all. God bless you.